everybody, we're reading a story.
Hi everybody, I'm Miss Abby. This is Logan, who's currently eating acorns, and this is Caden, who hopefully will sit through our whole story time, but don't mind if he grumps a little bit. He is grumpy, just like our grumpy monkey. First book we're reading today, we're going to do a little story time. We're reading a couple of monkey books, and the first one is Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang, illustrated by Max Lang. I always like to look at these little illustrations in the beginning of the book. Our little lizard and banana. This book is appropriately dedicated to Suzanne and Max's parents. One wonderful day, Jim Pansy woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet.
Bananas were too sweet.
They were. Yuck. Jim
Yuck.
was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I am not grumpy, Jim insisted.
Why am I so big?
On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, said Marabou. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. Can you loosen up?
I always loosened up.
Can you guys loosen up?
I didn't loosen up.
Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Put that in your mouth. That's gross. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his brow. Can you raise your brow? Logan, can you raise your brow? No?
Can.
I can raise my brow.
I can raise my eyebrow.
All right. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh no, said Norman. That's the last thing you need when you're grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, said Norman, whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. Can you smile? Can you guys smile?
He smiled.
Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel happy inside.
Why is he grumpy inside?
I don't know. He just is. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds. Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. Jim didn't feel like swinging. No. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet. You should take a bath and make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh.
Wow. Well,
You should take a nap. You should eat old meat.
Eat.
Or some honey.
who's that?
That's Marabou again.
Why Marabou?
You should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. Everybody's got ideas of what Jim should do to make him happy again. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, Jim shouted as he beat his chest.
Bing.
Yeah. Can you beat your chest? I can't beat my chest because I've got Caden on me. Can you beat your chest? I'm not grumpy.
I can't. I have things in my hands.
Oh, yeah, that would be bad. And he stormed off. Jim felt sorry. A little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed. And just as he was starting to feel really sad, he came upon Norman. Norman was slumped. His eyebrows were all bunched up, and he was frowning. Look at Norman. He does not look happy. What's the matter? Are you grumpy? Asked Jim. No, I danced with Porcupine, said Norman. Poor Norman. He's pulling porcupine quills out of his rear end. Are you okay? Asked Jim. It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough, said Norman. Are you still grumpy? Yes, said Jim. But I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now, I need to be grumpy. It's a wonderful day to be grumpy, said Norman. Jim agreed. And he already felt a little bit better.
Ryan, he felt a
The
little bit better.
Probably because Norman was hanging out with him. Mwah. All right. Now we're going to read one of the stories from our Treasury of Curious George by Margret and H.A. Ray. Let's open this up. Logan loves these. And here are all the stories in here. We're going to let Logan pick which one he wants to read. Which one do you want?
I want this one and this one. This one. On this one.
Logan
and
wants
this
all
one.
of them. Which one first?
On this one.
Okay.
And this one.
Okay. So,
And then this one.
and then that one. We're going to read the rest in a few minutes. But right now, with you guys, we are going to read Curious George Takes a Train. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. This morning, George and the man with the yellow hat were at the train station. Please stop dropping rocks.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. They were taking a trip to the country with their friend, Mrs. Needleman. But first, they had to get tickets. Oh, look at how busy that train station is. Inside the station, everyone was in a hurry. People rushed to buy newspapers to read and treats to eat. Then they rushed to catch their trains.
Why rush to catch their train?
Because they don't want the trains to leave without them. But one little boy with a brand new toy engine was not in a hurry, nor was the small crowd next to him. They were just standing in one spot looking up. George looked up too. A trainmaster was moving the numbers and letters on a big sign. Soon, the trainmaster was called away, but his job did not look finished. George was curious. Could he help? George climbed up in a flash. Then, just like the trainmaster, he picked a letter off the sign and put it in a different place. Now, he took the number 9 and put it in near it too. George moved more letters and more numbers. He was glad to be such a big help.
Just
such a big help. Hey, yelled a man from below. I can't tell when my train leaves. What track is my train on? Asked another man. What's that monkey doing up there? Demanded a woman. She did not sound happy. The trainmaster did not sound happy either. Come down from there right now, he hollered at George. Poor George. It's so easy for a monkey to get into trouble, but lucky for George, it's also easy for a monkey to get out of trouble. Right then, the conductor shouted, "All aboard!" A crowd of people rushed toward the train. George simply slid down a pole. And there he goes, sliding down the pole. Scurried over a suitcase and squeezed with the crowd through the gate. There, he found the perfect hiding place for a monkey. Do you see where the monkey is?
I don't.
You don't? Can you see where George is? Where is George hiding? Yeah, he's hiding right there in the trash can.
I trust.
I don't know, it's a good place for a monkey to hide. The little boy with the toy engine also ran through the gate. Look, Daddy, he said, a train. His father looked up. Come back, son, he yelled. That's not our train. Look, he runs right by the trash can that George is hiding in. But it was too late. The gate locked behind him. The boy began to cry. George peeked out of his hiding place. See, there's his little face. He saw the boy's toy roll toward the tracks. The boy ran after it. What's going to happen? This time George knew he could help. He leapt out of his hiding place and ran fast. George grabbed the toy engine before the little boy came too close to the tracks. What a close call. Look at that. George is a hero. When the trainmaster opened the gate, the boy's father ran to his son. The boy was not crying now. He was playing with his new friend. So there you are, said the trainmaster when he saw George. You sure made a lot of trouble on that big board. Please don't be upset with him, said the boy's father. He saved my son. The people on the platform agreed. They had seen what had happened, and they clapped and cheered. George was a hero. Just then, the man with the yellow hat arrived with Mrs. Needleman. It's time to go, George, he said. Here comes our train. This is our train, too, the father said. The little boy was excited. Can George ride with us, he asked. That sounded like a good idea to everyone. So the trainmaster asked the conductor to find them a special seat. And he did, right up front. The end.
Where's his friend?
His friend is probably sitting in the back of the train with Mrs. Needleman.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading with us, you guys. I hope you really liked some of our favorite books, and I hope to read again with you soon. Bye. Logan, can you say bye?
Bye.